This is YG-TV in the YG stage, powered by Circle Electric and sponsored by Fleet Farm, Health Payment System, and Bell Bank Mortgage. I'm your host, Andy Weins, president of GreenUp Solutions here at Serendipity Labs. On YG stage, powered by Circle Electric, we feature business owners, CEOs, and thought leaders who inspire, influence, and break the rules of business. Today, we welcome Julie Menden, a certified leadership and performance coach, trainer, and speaker. Julie will share the secrets to activating your successful mindset and reaching the top 20% of performance. We'll meet Julie after a short break. Circle Electric is a 35-year-old commercial, industrial, and healthcare electrical contractor with engineers and designers on staff, backed by the most technical and well-trained master and journeyman electricians. Whether it's an equipment move, new building, or commercial remodel, from pre-construction all the way through startup, primary power, branch power, or low-voltage systems, we're here to support you. Our 24/7 on-call service department is here to meet your electrical needs for our industrial and healthcare customers. You always hear safety first. We are safety always. Circle Electric will maintain electrical reliability for business continuity.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
For more than 80% of families, today's medical billing practices are confusing. At HPS, our goal is to improve the healthcare experience for the patient by making medical bill payments less stressful. In Wisconsin, that's all made possible by our comprehensive independent healthcare provider network. We simplify billing and lower costs for everyone involved in healthcare and offer various ways for individuals to pay without breaking the bank.
Let's welcome Julie to the stage. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Good, you too.
So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about how to activate your success mindset, how to get your mind ready to achieve your biggest goals.
So it's that preparatory, put yourself in a position. Is this use it all the time or just selectively? When do I want to apply this?
I say use it all the time. That's what we're going to talk about today, is how you can make this a habit so that you can really use it in high pressure situations.
All right, I love it. It's all about habit forming behaviors. The stage is yours.
Awesome, thank you. So it's about 1:30, 2 a.m. a few years ago, and I'm in a conference room with 15,000 people. 15,000 people. We had gotten there at about 7:30 in the morning. This was the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within event. And all day we had been watching on these big screens, them showing the fires that they had outside that they were burning down into hot coals that we were then gonna walk over. And I can tell you that I went into this event with zero intention to walk over these hot coals. But here I am, getting ready to do it. And all day they had prepared us mentally and physically, how you walk over the hot coals. You don't want to put too much pressure in your heels, not too much in your toes, really even. Don't walk too slow because then you're going to feel the heat from the coals. Don't walk too fast because then you could trip and fall. Mentally, how to prepare yourself all day doing activities, how to prepare our mindset, what to say before we start walking. As we're walking, to say cool moss, so that our brain is redirected and shifted away from the heat. So I get out there, I get ready, they tell me it's my turn, and I walk over these hot coals. And in a second, it's over. And when I stop, I can actually feel one of the hot coals in my baby toe, and they take the water and they spray it off so you don't get burned. And it all happened in an instant, but that was such a pivotal moment for me. Because not only how cool was it that I just walked over hot coals, but it showed me what I was capable of. It showed me when we get our mindset right, what we are capable of doing, what's possible for us. And as somebody who up until that point was such a high achiever, such a fit within this box, do exactly what you're told, follow the rules, this was the moment that showed me that I could do something different. When I got my mindset right, when I got out of my own way. And this showed me really what we are capable of. And here's the thing, only 20% of people reach their potential. 20%. 80% of people fall below the mental fitness needed to reach peak performance and fulfillment. 80% fall below the mental fitness needed to reach peak performance and fulfillment. But what we can do, and what the research shows, positive intelligence research on mental fitness shows that when we work on our mindset, when we strengthen our mindset, we can get astronomical results. Things like in terms of sales success, 37% increase in sales. For leadership success, 31% increase in team performance. Overall performance, 3 times as creative. Imagine what these statistics would mean for you, for your life, for your business, to be 3 times as creative in solving problems and seeing opportunities and solutions. So how do we do this? How do we get to that top 20%, those 20% of people that are reaching their potential? We're going to talk about 3 steps. Choose it, learn it, live it. How you can grow your mindset to achieve your greatest goals and dreams. Choose it. How you choose your goals, your dreams over the fear, over all the ups and downs. Learn it. How you can learn what gets in your way. What is that negative self-talk that you have, and how can you overcome that? And live it is how you can go from passively learning about this, listening to podcasts, to actively doing this and forming it into habits in your life. So the first one, choose it. This is choosing your goals, your dreams over the fears, over the ups and the downs. It's riding the waves that comes with when you grow yourself, when you stretch yourself. It doesn't mean choosing it when it's easy, and on the days that it's hard, you throw in the towel and you give up. It's choosing it no matter what. I once heard somebody say to burn plan B, because your mind knows if you are busy making other plans, and it knows if you're only half in, you're only going to get half the results. So choosing it is going all in. It's having such a strong why, such an unwavering conviction in what it is that you are doing, and anchoring yourself into that why. It's knowing where you're headed, knowing why you want it, and knowing how to get there. But the why is what you come back to when it gets hard. The how will evolve. The where is going to change. The why is what you anchor into on the days that you feel like you want to give up. And once you have your why, the next part of getting your mindset ready is knowing where you're headed. What's your vision? What do you want for yourself? 1 year from now, what are you doing? What have you achieved? Who have you become along that journey? And once you have your vision, how can you break that down into actual tangible steps you can take? If that's where you want to be in 1 year, what does that look like in 6 months, in 3 months, in 1 month? And you create the roadmap to achieving all of these tangible goals that you have that are going to get you to this vision. What is your start? What's your finish line? And you create your mile markers. Mile 1, mile 2, mile 3, and that's how you go all in. So when it comes to choosing it, it's having such a strong why. It's having a vision, knowing where you're headed, and having a growth mindset so that you know that you can overcome anything that comes your way. The next one is learn it. Learn it is all about learning what is going to get in your way. You've got this why. You've got this vision. You're so excited about it. But stuff is going to come and it's going to block you. And I want you to think of this as luggage. Luggage that is way over the weight limit. And it's all the stuff that we carry around with us while we are trying to achieve those goals. It's the stuff that weighs us down. Things like your inner critic. Something telling you that you are not good enough. Usually came from childhood, something that we carry with us. Something saying you're not good enough. Assumptions we make. Assuming because something happened in the past, it's going to happen again. I failed at that in the past, so I'm probably going to fail again. these interpretations, these stories we tell ourselves. Gosh, are we such good storytellers? Something happens and we create this whole story in our head of why somebody did that or why we didn't achieve that. And it usually is negative. It's usually against us. These limiting beliefs, these are generalizations that you now are accepting for yourself and you believe them to be true. Really general ones, money is stressful, money is hard to come by. And you carry this stuff around with you. And until you unpack this, until you unpack what's really going on, it's going to continually block you from getting what you want. I want to tell you a story about pottery class. So growing up, especially in high school, I was such a high achiever. I was the straight A student. I was the do exactly what you're told, follow the rules, fit within this box. So I had to take some course to fulfill an art credit, and I took pottery. Now this type of creativity was never really my thing. My stick figures still look the same as they did when I was in second grade. So I was struggling, I couldn't understand how to mold this stuff, and something was always lopsided. And by struggling, I was getting a B. And so I did what any high-achieving, external validation-seeking, need that high GPA student did, and I dropped the course. The only course I ever dropped was pottery. Because I was afraid of what that was going to do to my GPA, my perfect GPA. And what that moment taught me was that if I was not going to be perfect at something right away, if I was not going to be a huge success right away, not to even try, it taught me to fear failure. Now I know we need to fail over and over and over again, and I do, and that is how we grow. But I want to ask you, what is your pottery class? What are you not even trying because you're not going to be perfect right away? Because it doesn't fit within this perfectly crafted box you once created for yourself. Because you are afraid you might fail. Because here's the thing. What is creating our results is what we think we are or are not capable of. Your results are created by what you think you are or are not capable of. Your thoughts about yourself, about others, about situations, is creating your feelings and emotions, which is creating the actions you are willing to take, which is creating your results. Let me say that again because it's important. Your thoughts are creating your feelings and emotions, which are creating the actions you are willing to take, which is creating your results. So if you want a different result, if you want something different than what you currently have, you need to start with the thoughts that's creating those. I want to talk about the brain for a moment, because we have these different parts of our brain that get activated. The saboteurs, think of this as self-sabotage. That's that negative self-talk. That's those limiting beliefs. And it lives in parts of our brain, the limbic system, our brainstem, parts of our left brain, and it motivates us through negative emotions, stress, fear, guilt, worry. And it can generate some success, but not fulfillment. Then we have the sage part of our brain. It lives in the middle prefrontal cortex, the empathy circuitry, parts of our right brain. And it motivates us through positive emotions like creativity, like curiosity, allowing us to take calm, clear-headed action. And it generates the highest levels of success and fulfillment. And why this is important is because what you feel depends on which region of your brain is activated. What you feel depends on which region of your brain is activated. And if we remember, our thoughts and feelings are creating our results. So it is key to being able to figure out and activate your brain for the results you want. So how do we do that? That takes us to step 3, which is live it. How do you go from hearing about this, listening to this, reading books, listening to podcasts on mindset, know it's important, to actually doing it, to creating it as a habit in your life? I want to use an example of how we form our habits. So think of an upside down Y. An event or a situation happens, and when it happens, we either go, this is bad, or this is a gift or opportunity. And the more and more that we have said, this is bad, that is a habit we have created. That's actually neural connections in our brain we have created. And what you have the power to do is to pause and choose. So when that event happens, instead of automatically going to this is bad, You can pause and choose to see it as a gift, to see it as an opportunity. You think of the people who have had really hard things in their life. Their businesses have failed, but they start another one. They've had tremendous pain or trauma or things in their life, but they keep picking themselves up because they are choosing to see it as an opportunity. So how do we do that? How do we help ourselves to be able to do that? By mental fitness. Just like physical fitness, mental fitness takes time, it takes practice. Over time, you get stronger, you get faster, it gets easier. Mental fitness is your capacity to respond to life's challenges with positive rather than negative mindset. And the impact of mental fitness is peak performance, peace of mind and well-being, and healthy relationships. So how do we build that mental fitness? How do we do that? With reps. Just like when you work out and you do reps, mental fitness reps. Mental fitness reps. And what they are is you take as much attention and focus as you can to any one of your 5 senses for at least 5 seconds. You take as much attention and focus as you can to any one of your 5 senses for at least 5 seconds. And when you do these, you are boosting your self-command muscles, which regulates your thoughts and feelings. And remember, your thoughts and feelings are creating your results. We come back to that. So you are actually building the muscles of your brain by doing these mental fitness reps. And if you were to look in an MRI scan after you do one of these, you would actually see the sage part of your brain lighting up. So let's do a few. Mental fitness rep, as much attention and focus as you can. An example is rub 2 fingertips together with such attention and detail that you can feel the ridges on your fingers. Rub both your hands together so you can feel the pressure, you can feel the ridges on both hands. I want you to feel your feet on the ground. Where is the pressure on your feet? And your heel, your toe, how can you get it even? Take a couple deep breaths. Breathe in and out. Those are mental fitness reps. That right there, as simple as that. And when you do that, you would see that sage part of your brain light up. The difference between this and meditation is like a long form of this. But the thing with meditation is a lot of people feel like they need to be in their certain room, the lights down, eyes closed. Mental fitness reps, you can take them with you wherever you go. When you're in the situation, when you're in the challenge, you can be doing these. So how this works is when you're in the moment and you feel a negative emotion, stop. You are in saboteur mode. That part of your brain is firing. Do one of these mental fitness reps to quiet that part of your brain and to actually activate the sage part of your brain. Assume the sage perspective, and the sage perspective is that every situation or outcome can be converted into a gift or opportunity. Every situation or outcome can be converted into a gift or opportunity. You generate that opportunity then by being able to move forward with more creativity, more curiosity, more clear-headed action instead of responding from our survival brain, our rational brain. You're able to think more creatively. So to be able to do this in the moment, you want to build the muscles. If you wanted to run faster, you would need to practice every day. If you wanted to lift heavier, you need to practice. If you want to be able to do this in the critical moments to help you to grow and achieve your goals, you need to make it a habit. So one way that I recommend doing this is habit stacking. Habit stacking is when you take something new you're trying to do and you stack it with a habit you already are doing. If you want to drink more water, you might put a glass of water next to your toothbrush in the morning. So how can you incorporate these mental fitness reps into your daily routine to start doing these throughout the day? And what the research shows is that 100 reps a day, which is 15 minutes a day for 6 to 8 weeks, shows significant change in your brain. So a good way to remember this, if you wear a Fitbit, if you wear an Apple Watch, any of those things that tell you to get like 10,000 steps in a day, 10,000 steps, 100 reps. How can you start to incorporate this? So I want to leave you with one final story. I heard this from Ed Milet, who is a top business leader, peak performance expert, motivational speaker, and he talked about how one of his greatest motivators in life is that he believes that at the end of our lives, we are going to meet the person that we could have become, the person that we were born to be, destined to be. And that his greatest motivator is that when we meet that person, it is not a total stranger, because we chose to play small, not take the risks. But when we meet that person, it is like meeting our identical twin. And that so stood out to me because it showed me and reminded me that we are always only moments, only choices away from being in that 20%, from building our way into those 20% of people who are reaching their true potential and fulfillment. So I want to remind you, when it comes to building your mindset to achieve your biggest goals and dreams, choose it. Choose your goals and dreams over your fears. Have such a strong why that you can ride the waves and the ups and downs. Learn it. Learn what is going to get in your way. What is that negative self-talk saying to you? And how can you overcome that? And live it by creating these habits and building your mindset and those mental muscles. That is how you activate your success mindset. Thank you.
Julie,
Yes.
phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Love it,
was
love
fun.
it, love it. So there were so many things going through my head. I was sitting there doing this
Yes.
and this, and feeling my feet. And it just kept triggering things within me as you were talking. But one of the things I thought about towards the end is, where do people struggle? Because I'm already struggling.
Yeah.
And I know I struggle. Where is the struggle point, you think?
When it comes to our mindset or
Yeah.
incorporating this?
Incorporating the 3 steps.
I think it's remembering to do it,
Yep.
right? We get so caught up in our day of meeting to meeting to meeting. We usually don't even give ourselves time in between those meetings to take a breath. So starting to make it a habit, just like with anything, it's growing pains. It takes time. So people usually struggle with just not setting aside the time to do it or scheduling it in.
And what do you do? I mean, do you put it on a calendar? What is the best way to just schedule? What have you seen
Yep.
with you or people that you've introduced the system to? What is the best way? Because that's what I'm thinking. I can choose it all day, but
Yep. How do you
what then?
remember?
Exactly.
So there's a few things. First of all, there's an app that I use. So I literally have on my phone reminders for me to do one of my mental fitness reps. So for me, that's a huge reminder.
Yep.
If you don't have that, think of what are some moments in your day that are consistent. Every time you go to the bathroom, maybe you do a mental fitness rep.
Yeah.
Every time you transition from room to room. It's just starting to decide, when do you want to start to incorporate it, and just try it. Play around and see what works. Every time you wake up, every time you go to bed. Those are small things can really add up.
Okay. And so I love your story, the fire walk, Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Did you go into that event thinking I'm going to
No.
change? What motivated you to choose that? That seems to be a very pivotal point in your life.
Yeah, this whole, every time I remember this event, the whole thing is nothing that I ever thought. I never saw myself at one of his events. I didn't think I was going to drastically change. I didn't think I was going to walk over fire. But it was just an amazing opportunity. Decided to try it and go in, and it's an insane amount of hours. And the people and the energy, back when we could have all the people, and all of this energy. And there was really no other choice but to change, because you're just so ingrained, and it's all around mindset.
Love it. All right, what are the 3 steps again? Just one last time for everybody.
Choose it. Choose your goals and dreams over the fear.
Yep.
Learn it. Learn what's going to get in your way and how to overcome it, and live it. Create it into habits in your life.
Absolutely love it. And then love it, I guess. That's my thing.
There we
right?
go. Love it.
Love it. No, love the process and love what you're going to be,
Yes.
because it's that abundance mindset. Having the abundance of love versus the fear of failure. And I think it's something we can all incorporate. The stats are there, but really put the time in and you'll see the results you want.
I love that as an add-on. Love it. Love
Love
the
it.
process. Thank you for that.
There you go. So choose it, learn it,
Live it.
live it,
Love it.
and then love it. That's the
I love
overarching.
that. That's perfect. That's a perfect bow on
There
the
we
whole
go.
thing.
We put a bow on the whole thing. Julie, appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Such a powerful presentation, the 3-step process by Julie Menden here on the YG stage, powered by Circle Electric. Now, are you ready to step on the stage here at Serendipity Labs? Or do you know someone that has a story to share? Help us feature the best speakers around by visiting younggunsmovement.com and apply to be a speaker here on the show. YG Stage is powered by Circle Electric and sponsored by Fleet Farm, Health Payment Systems, and Bell Bank Mortgage. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel or listen to the episodes wherever you take in podcasts. As always, I'm your host, Andy Weins, president of Green Up Solutions. Thanks for tuning in.